less money today. I bought a 20-cent piece pattern out of that auction for $19,000. That actually, and you know what? There was a coin in that sale, 10 now. There was a coin in that sale that wasn't pedigree that was sold last night. It was a Judd 94, because I remembered it, because I paid $19,000 for it, and they ended up selling it to Tony for $6,000.
Last night.
Yeah. And it wasn't pedigree. There was a set of map-proof 20s, and I was going to have the great idea to buy the whole set. So I buy a really shitty 1908. That's like a 3-coin today for about $60,000. Thank God when the 1909 came up, I got outbid by Tony for 90 grand and it stopped me from buying the whole set. I did sell the 08 for 20. Okay. I mean, 60 to 20, and that was quick. I mean, because I didn't hold on to anything. I sold that coin probably within 5-6 months. So it was a market that was free falling. The death of the 1980 coin boom was at the Central States Coin Show in Lincoln, Nebraska, where coins literally were going. April, we're literally
Thursday at 2 o'clock.
Coins started going down 10 to 20% a day. Right
And
before everybody
at that show on Wednesday, you could get people to look at your coins. On that Friday, the Garrett bills, you know, you got your the Garrett bills were due that Thursday.
Making me think about it now. It's
Okay.
freaking out.
On Friday, you could not get a person to look at your coin.
Leon.
And I did a
Leon.
tremendous amount of, this is interesting that he brought it back. We had an in again through Dean Oaks. If you guys were into,
$3 gold pieces. The
no, those weren't
$3
those. No, those didn't. That came from Howard. But that's another story. But we had been buying Lynn 99 months and months, huge quantities of rolls of Walkers and early Washington quarters and selling. And it was really funny. We would buy 500,000 at a time. The first 500,000 took 4 briefcases. The next time we were in 2 briefcases. And then the last time we went there to buy BU rolls, we spent $1 million and all the shit fit in less than 1 briefcase. And I said, holy shit, you're getting nothing. Literally, you were getting nothing anymore. Because they've risen so much, we were just getting less and less coins. So I managed at that show, I traded all these rolls for some great type coins. And it was like, thank God we got out of that. And at that same show, I bought a set of $3 gold pieces from Jim. That was wonderful. It was like $700,000, and I flopped, and I managed to get Fred Sweeney to buy it. And Fred hated me for the next 3 years because he lost half of his money.
Pretty true.
Yeah, there was a proof 1855 in the set. There's an 1854 that was grade 7 or 8, and I don't remember the rest of the coins. Those are 2 coins that stand out the most.
58.
But anyway, what happened to me that was different from everybody else is I had the same kind of attitude was, you know, shuffle the cards, deal them out, and let's play. And that's the way I always ran my business to this day. Kind of, it's kind of like my same attitude, even though obviously now I'm a little more sophisticated in what I know to a degree. But back then, I would never be afraid to buy a coin at auction. I used to go through every damn stack sale, every damn superior sale, and put a bid down on every lot. Like, I guess Martin Paul still does that today. But he does it because of the sickness. But, no, I mean, it was, and then as the tide turned before 87. And also something got him
83, 84. I was
30%.
82.
No,
82
82 was the
A&A,
bottom.
it started to get.
Actually, what happened was in 1982, Boston A&A, Hugh Sconyers arrived to save the coin business. Okay? Hugh Sconyers, forget about whatever the story is, but the bottom line is Hugh got his, the guy, a very famous trader, Michael Marcus, who made millions and millions of dollars, had tens of millions of dollars, and he gave Hugh basically, at the time, he was probably a $25 million fund to buy coins at the bottom, which was brilliant. And basically what happened, and then the Eliasburg sale, it started at Boston, you came to the coin show, and all of a sudden, someone was there to buy coins. At that 1982 A&A, I bought and sold 2 halves. Then I flopped to you. I bought and sold two. I sold Hugh probably $1 million or more at the show. My behavior at the show, by the way, reached its zenith which we don't need to talk about it, but I acted horrible at that point. And then one was 44,000 and the other one was like 47,000.
Boston Peace Party.
Yeah.
And Eliasburg sale, you bought over 20%.
That was later. I bought a lot of coins at Eliasburg as well, but if Hugh wasn't there, it would have been wonderful but Hugh came with all the money in the world and basically bought every breakthrough gold coin.
I missed one.
Well, not all of them, that's true. He missed plenty. But he, listen, Hugh had all the money, but Hugh never had the eye. Never had. It wasn't part of his repertoire. He's a brilliant guy, and matter of fact, him and I ended up being partners in the Kidder Peabody Coin Fund in 1989. And when Hugh came in to save the market in 82, and if you had a relationship with Hugh, you were going to make money. And I had a relationship with Hugh. So he had, what he was interested in was people who knew what they were doing and he wouldn't screw up, even though he wouldn't say that. But the bottom line is if you were a good coin dealer and you knew what you were doing, you could sell him a ton of coins, which I did. The same thing happened with me in that time period as well, with one Q. David Bowers. I would go to coin shows in the 80s and sell Bowers hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of coins, and everyone else would be playing backgammon. It got to a point once where Kenny Goldman actually wrote him a letter, "Why do you buy your coins from Kevin and nobody else?" Typical of Goldman's bullshit. It's really hilarious. But I actually had a very interesting in with Q that set me apart from everybody else. I knew it was funny though. And it was a very funny one. So he loved buying coins from me. So I always managed to do business with him. And so I was always making money. And then things got hot again. There was a guy named Bill Ulrich who came along, and there was another company in Minnesota called IRI who started promoting gold coins retail. And they became great. They were really good at it. At the time, Ulrich was selling a tremendous amount of coins, but he was pushing the line by touting how great they were as investments. The guy was a brilliant marketer who didn't understand at the time by espousing too much, he was putting himself in peril. And he built up this great business that he ended up going to jail and having problems. But not a bad guy, but he ended up going to jail because his ego wouldn't let him sell with the government.
And this is the time when the FTC was investigating coin theft.
They were and he was always espousing how the coins were going to go fortune and and knew nothing about disclosure laws as we do now. Any of us. Now, but what's interesting about this guy Ulrich is after he was totally destroyed, he was in jail. He had this 25,000 square foot house he built on Lake Minnetonka that got taken away. And actually, that's really what led to him getting in trouble in the coin business, because he was dredging out Lake Minnetonka so he could have a better landing for his boat. And the next door neighbor was the governor's sister, who was pissed off about it, literally. And that's what started all of his bullshit, literally. And yeah, absolutely true story. So, but the interesting thing about this guy Ulrich, who is that after he went down, this guy has made an absolute fortune, because he was the first guy to ever do those hotel buys in a mass way, figuring out the exact right way to market it and advertise. And the guy has just made tens of millions of dollars on the region. So through the 80s, things are picking up. 89. I had a relationship in New York with a man named Charles Wormser in the mid-80s. Charles Wormser owned a company with John Ford and partners called New Netherlands Coin Company. Now, it was Ford's money, it was Wormser's money, and Ford being the hot shot, but it was Wormser's business originally. And when they broke up their business,